capital. This is the news at 10, live from Channels Television. Reporting tonight.
Good evening and welcome. I am Olumide Macaulay. Tonight, President Jonathan holds private meeting with Governor Babangida Aliyu, Sule Lamido and other PDP governors. APGA celebrates victory in Anambra governorship election. All Progressives Congress accuses INEC of conniving with APGA on Anambra poll. And 4 people killed as passenger train crashes off its tracks in New York City. Thank you for joining us on the news at 10 tonight. We can tell you authoritatively that President Goodluck Jonathan is about now meeting with governors elected on the platform of the People's Democratic Party, the PDP. One major high point of this meeting is the presence of the Niger State Governor, a former member of the group of 7 rebel governors. Before the meeting, the PDP governors had met at the Akwa Ibom Governor's Lodge for several hours before moving to the presidential villa. Our State House correspondent Chukwuma Onekusi reports that the meeting is holding behind closed doors, and the Jigawa State Governor Sule Lamido is also in attendance. The meeting between the President and the G7 governors was put aside several times in the past, paving way for the exit of 5 of the 7. Today's meeting is holding in House 7 at the Presidential Villa in Abuja, where very private meetings with the President takes place. Now, it may have taken 2 weeks to decide, but at last, INEC has declared APGA candidate Willie Obiano winner of the Anambra State governorship election. Mr. Obiano polled a total of 180,178 votes, beating his closest rivals, Tony Nwoye of the PDP and Dr. Chris Ngege, the APC candidate. Mr. Obiano's victory was confirmed at the conclusion of supplementary elections organized by INEC in some polling units across 16 local government areas of the state. The result finally concludes the Anambra election saga after the INEC returning officer, Professor James Apoke, declared the November 16th poll inconclusive.
It's the conclusion of 2 weeks filled with suspense after INEC declared the November the 16th governorship race in Anambra a stalemate. It took a supplementary election to break the deadlock. This time around, from accreditation to voting to collation, it went largely without incident.
Arrival of voters' materials on time. I think INEC started very early. You can see the election is quite peaceful, well organized, and we don't have any skirmishes here. And I think the conduct so far has been so good.
And finally, a winner has emerged.
Chief Willie Obiano of APGA, having satisfied the requirements of the law and scored the highest number of votes, is hereby declared the winner and is returned elected. Dated 1st December 2013.
It may have been a relatively easy ride for the APGA candidate after his frontline opponents decided to boycott this phase of the election. And what are the lessons to be taken away from the Anambra election experience?
In a bid to secure the electoral process, we took some steps which were almost counterproductive. We have to do more of voter education. We will intensify our voter education program so that our people will get to know their responsibilities towards the electoral process.
With the announcement of the final result, Willie Obiano is set to succeed Governor Peter Obi after his tenure ends in March 2014. But the aggrieved candidates may just have something to say about that in court. Charles Aruka for Channels Television News.
Have a good day. Well, it's celebration time in the camp of Mr. Willie Obiano following his declaration by INEC as the winner of the supplementary polls in Anambra State. Mr. Obiano, in an exclusive interview with Channels Television, says that he might be new in the political arena, but he has a wealth of experience as far as management is concerned. He promised to continue with the programs of the outgoing governor, Peter Obi.
I feel that this is a call to duty to be able to bring into bear my management expertise in the running of the people and the resources of our great state. The governor has done very well in the economic enablers. He's laid a very solid foundation, which is the pedestal from which we're going to take off to be able to industrialize Anambra State. During my campaign, I made it clear that we have forces actually, that is to continue, to complete, commission, and of course commence new projects, particularly on the enablers, which is on health, education, on other infrastructural developments that is doing well, 11 items, 11 of them. But beyond that, the core program is hinged on 4 pillars: on agriculture, mechanizing for agriculture, because basically that's how we will jumpstart industrialization, creation of more jobs, and of course revenue for the government. The second pillar is on oil and gas. The third pillar is on trade and commerce, and the fourth pillar is industrialization. These 4 pillars, standing as they are, supported by the enablers, where we are going to do continuity in all the projects that is being executed by the current administration. We are not going to have an abandoned project. Every work that he has commenced, I'm going to complete and commission. And of course, we'll start new projects with respect to those enablers to ensure that as we are doing the 4 pillars, the solid foundation is being supported to carry the weight that we are bringing to bear on them.
Mr. Willie Obiano, Anambra State Governor-elect. However, there are some who do not share the APGA's candidate's excitement at winning the Anambra governorship election. One of his leading rivals and governorship candidate of the All Progressives Congress, Dr. Chris Ngige, has described the entire process as a sham. The former Anambra State governor, who made an unsuccessful bid to return to power, accuses INEC of masterminding deliberate irregularities in APGA's favor. Dr. Ngige, who spoke to our political correspondent, Sheun Okimbaloye, in Awka, said the entire election was manipulated towards a predetermined conclusion.
Well, it's interesting that you were provided with a copy of the voters' register a month before the election.
3 weeks.
And 3 weeks before the election, about a month. And afterwards, they gave you another one very close to the election. But now, your party is saying that there is a problem. Didn't you see this coming?
How do you look at a voters' register? We held, what they call it, an interactive session stakeholders. When is there? And they said after this meeting, political parties should come and take a diskette. It's not even a voters' register. Because rightfully, INEC should give you certified copies. Not diskette. How do you say the diskette is yours? There is no authenticated diskette. But we, in good faith, said, okay, let us work with it. And then People get to their booths and they don't see their name. In our areas of strength, including my hometown, they have the temerity to apply this even in my hometown. You know, Joto,
do you think that was actually intentional?
Of course, it's pre-planned.
Really?
You know, Joto, for example, let me also give you a scenario and you shudder. They called me up from Ojoto and said, we can't see our names from this alphabet down, this page down. I then asked the stakeholder who was calling me, you have a voters register which we printed and given out to you all. Go and bring and show the supervising presiding officer and the presiding officer. They brought, they refused, just like we do now. So they were under instructions. But that one, the electoral officer, they let the cat out of the bag. They rushed to their local government headquarters and brought sheets that contained the names of those people. So they purposely removed those aspects of the voters register. And why were they able to do that? They are people who were arranged already from Anambra University, where the deputy governor of Abga comes from. And the comradeship, the candor, the colleagueness, and everything is that you return one of your own. So all sorts of strategies were adopted. So they are pre-planned irregularities. For example, they tell you about the man in Idemili North, the electoral officer. It's not the job of electoral officer to distribute materials. The person who distributes materials is the SPO.